With any sort of employee benefit, the employer does have to offer it to all employees. So if an employer cannot afford the cost of the benefit, what they can do is make it voluntary. Essentially, you give the option to each employee, and every employee that wants to enroll in this benefit has the cost of that benefit deducted from their paycheck. So the employer is not responsible for the cost, but is giving the opportunity to the employee. And at the same time, that also reduces the tax burden for the employer. It reduces the payroll tax they'll have to pay. I mean, you're just giving the opportunity to the employee that they might not know is available otherwise. It's kind of like life insurance or medical insurance or any other benefit. An employee technically could get it outside of their employer, but it's so much easier if the employer is offering the benefit. They're more likely to use it and to take advantage of it. Well, but I suppose it's also the way the employer looks to the employee too. It's the perception that you are portraying. It's the perception that your employees have of you, is that you're more than just a number. You matter, and you matter more than just we pay you a paycheck. We want you to build your life and build something of yourself, especially for those younger individuals who are just coming into the workforce. You can really be a driving force for propel them through life. So in my experience prior to starting Credit Score Pro, I did have employees that had financial stress, and it caused a lot of sickness. It caused my employees to be away from work quite a bit. And when I started offering free credit repair for my employees, it made a massive difference. I started seeing them, one, understand credit repair more, but also understand how to change their lives. And I started actually seeing them saving. So we had a program where the way we paid them, they could split their check into savings and split it into, their normal checking account. And once their credit started improving, they actually started saving more and more and more. So Credit Score Pro, I hope, can go above and beyond what limited scope I had, when I first started my small business and had, a handful of employees.
I have been an educator for most of my career because I started out my first degree is in education. So one of the things that I did a lot when I first started credit repair and being a credit expert is go into colleges and teach. So one of them was I piloted a program at Wright State University, and I did a survey with the students there. And the number one thing they wanted to know about was credit. They wanted a class that was offered by the college when they would be, entry level into college, a class on credit. And so I think that even in the workforce, if we're providing that service to the employees, this is something they really want, even if they're not voicing it, because sometimes they don't know how to voice it. People in general want to know about credit. They want to be empowered by it. They want to hear yes when they go get lending opportunities, right? They want to avoid the no, I think is a big part of it. Is like, how do I manage my credit so that I can get a yes when I go to apply for a home loan or something else? Or how can I stay out of debt? A lot of college students, for instance, they have a lot of student loan debt, and they don't understand, how do I manage my student loan debt? My stint there was small, but when I taught those classes, it was very obvious, very clearly to the staff of the college and everything, that it was a needed educational piece. It empowered the students. I don't think they've had any other high engagement in any other classes. There's a lot of questions. People are asking questions. They want to understand. They want to know. And, and a lot of what we hear out in the world, or we think we understand, which I call common sense knowledge, is not necessarily what's going to work in the credit world, right? And so when they would say, well, shouldn't I do X, Y, Z? And I'm like, no, that's not what you should do. It was like, whoa. And so then they even got even more to a position where it's like, I really don't understand this.